Welcome to What's in Your Garage, the show that brings you the latest in the local car scene. In this episode, we'll take you to a summer show and shine that will blow your socks off Korean style as we see a trophy-winning Tiburon. Let us introduce you to a whole crew of backyard mechanics at their favorite parts depot, the Junkyard. Come along with us as our Real Rides team explores the world of trucks. Meet Procrastination, a hot rod truck that took 20 years to build. Listen in and see the beast that turned into beauty. Finally, we'll meet the owner of a 1940 hot rod project car and hear how this is just one of over 30 he has done.
My name's Jerry Michon, but the car belongs to my son Gary. It started off life as a 2000 Hyundai Tiburon, and he's done a lot of work, as you can see. It's got a whole Vail side body kit, direct from Korea. It's also got a Chassis Tech air suspension, so the car can raise or lower on all 4 points, and you can raise or lower each tire individually or collectively. It's got a 750 watt stereo system with a DVD player, reactive racing seats, and extensive neon, including undercar neon, in-car neon, as well as nitrous injection. And he's done all the work himself. The only thing he hasn't done to this car himself is apply the paint. And that includes all the extra body modifications. So far, he's taken it to several different car shows, including Sport Compact in Calgary and in Winnipeg this year, where he won best car in his category.
No comments.
Cab John, this is Nathan. Hey. We're looking for a front grille for a 92 Plymouth Claim.
I'm Wayne Robinson, and I'm looking for a rim for a Toyota Camry.
Phil Leonard. I just come out here to My wife's window quit going up and down on her car, and I needed a little plastic clip, and found a car with the door panel off, and there you have it. That's what I come for.
I'm Shane Dennis, and I work on the oil rigs. I'm a roughneck, and that's Mitch Canton.
I work at Dairy Queen, just trying to find an alternator for my car.
This is your toolbox down here?
Yeah.
So you got your own little car with it right here, huh?
Yeah, you said that for ever, probably.
Well, comes in handy.
Tell me what you're doing.
On my way back to pick up a transmission.
What's your name?
Katrina Pasqua.
And who are these two gentlemen?
My name is Dwight Bodo.
My name's Dio Pasqua.
So what kind of transmission are you going for?
97 Chrysler Intrepid.
Okay, we just pulled a transmission out of a 97 Chrysler, and it came out of that purple one, and it's off a 3.3 engine, and we have to take out the filters and change the oil, and that's it, I guess.
How long did it take you to do this?
25 minutes.
That's pretty quick, 25 minutes. Is this the first time you've ever done it?
No.
Lots of times before?
All different kind of motor transmissions.
Yeah, that is.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Brian.
What are you guys doing today?
Well, right now we're
Working
this
on
window
this
out.
window.
And then we got to look for a 3-liter motor for my van.
And this I need for my Fiero. And I was going to take it out and or see if
Try
I
to
can.
get it out.
Do you guys do a lot of work on your own?
Oh, on my own, and a lot of on customers too.
Oh, really? So you
Oh,
fix
yeah,
a
I've
few
been doing
things
this
here and
for
there.
over 20 years.
And I got a few cars myself, and I
Yeah, and I got him into that habit.
So what do you guys got?
Well, I own 2 Caravans and 1 Pontiac Firefly. I switched it from standard to auto. And
I got a
he
Fiero.
had a Fiero, and I did the motor on it.
He put the motor in.
And then he turned around and bought an Ego. And then he bought a Geo. And then he bought the van off of me, another one I had, a Voyager.
So you guys have a lot of cars and you're just going from one car to another, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
the one out that we came in, that's my van.
Oh, okay.
We just toss a coin and see whose van we're going to take.
And the parts here are fairly reasonable.
Oh yeah, they are very reasonable.
What's the best part about Bucks?
Oh, the
I guess the prices are pretty good.
prices and
And the service is all right.
service and accessibility.
Is it a lot of fun just taking off your own parts, building your own car and everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's times where it gets hard to, 1 or 2 bolts won't come out and
Come out,
you're
and
fighting and with them.
You know, the twist is off, and then you got to figure out a way to fix it. Or, you know, and it takes a lot of, you know, you've got to be,
Do it for
like for
more
me, I've
fun
been doing
than
it for
anything.
20 years. And, you know, and I get a lot of customers coming at me, you know, and they basically, you know, they ask me, well, how much you charge to do an R&R? And I charge $150. And what, $150? No way, man. Like, no way, you know, like, this guy wants $250 for doing it, you know? And I say, well, you bring it, it's done in 2 days, and you're out of here. And I'm blind on top of it. I'm visually totally blind.
You're blind?
Or you betcha. I have been since 1985.
And you do all the work. How do you do that?
I know how. Yeah, I know. It's just it comes by instincts. It's just like learning how to ride a bike. Like I know what size a bolt is, and I know how to, you know, like basically do R&Rs, tranny jobs, brake jobs. You know, basically everything. Fix shorts and wiring. You know, and I use a light bulb and it works just dandy.
So you can see a little bit then?
Well, not really. It's just mostly, none at all really. It's just mostly daylight. That's all I see. I don't see objects or whatever, eh? Like,
I go in his garage, it's dark in there.
I don't even have my lights on.
At nighttime, and he's working.
Oh yeah.
In the garage.
Hi, can you see anything there? Oh yeah, no problem. Up goes the starter, on goes the bolts. Just know what size to pick.
So you get to know all these cars by memory then?
Oh yeah, pretty much. It's just, you know, one car is no different than another, you know. You just figure out what, you know, for example, how to take this glass out while he's doing this. I can have it out in no time. You know, it's not hard. You know.
This guy's pulled out engines, trannies, he's totally, blind.
Yeah, like, this tunnel vision is all I got.
Most people that come here, it's unbelievable.
And a lot of people sitting saying, where's this blind guy? Well, he's over there working on that one vehicle over there. Go talk to him. Maybe he'll help you out or whatever. Yeah. And then some guys are sitting there just working away on the back of a vehicle, and I'm going to go, what's your problem? And then they'll say, well, I can't get this off. And I go, well, you're doing it wrong. And I sit there and say, look, it goes like this and off it comes. Yeah. Bang, done, over with. Yeah.
Well, anyone who lives in Saskatchewan knows that trucks are very popular. Why are they popular? Who knows? They get bad mileage, they're big, but hey, let's face it, they have V8 motors, they're tough, they get you where you want to go, and if you've driven on these roads, you need that sort of thing. But people like to use their trucks for different things, whether it's work, whether it's play, recreation. We're going to go through all the different styles of trucks and what people like to do the most to them to fix them up to suit their lifestyles. So let's have a look at a couple of trucks and I'll tell you a little bit about them. Well, what's popular today is an urban half-ton. What that means is a truck that's used in the city, mostly just for transportation. They use it to haul very little off-roading. What's nice, what the customers like about that, is they have the four-wheel drive in winter, but they still have the style and the sportiness of the half-ton truck. They accentuate that by buying packages like the Roush or the Harley-Davidson trucks, which are behind me. Ground effects packages, upgraded motors, upgraded exhaust, so they sound good, they run good, and they still have a lot of fun. You can still park them in your garage, that sort of thing. That's why they're popular in the city. Well, if you need a truck for work, the Super Duty is probably what you're after. 3/4 ton or full 1 ton, it'll get the job done for you. If you use your truck for work and play? Well, a Super Duty with a lift kit like this one works even better. This has a modest 4-inch lift kit, which is one of the smallest lift kits out there, yet it still raises this truck quite high. So if you're into hunting or any sort of recreation, this will get you where you want to go and still get you to work on Monday. They're a great truck and they look great too. Well, the only style of truck we haven't covered is a 1/4 ton. Very popular. In fact, so popular I decided to buy one myself. What you're looking at is my own personal truck, an 07 Ranger FX4. Leave it stock? I don't think so, not one of my vehicles. So I'm going to put a little bit of a lift kit on it today with Jason. I'm going to put a couple of sizes bigger tire, a couple of accessories just to make it stand out a little bit and suit my needs a little better.
Hi, my name is Jim Wilcock. We're been in Regina about 1.5 years. We moved in from down south of Moose Jaw, or on Mossbank. Anyway, and this is my pride and joy. It's a 1950 Chev half-ton, which I originally bought in 1979 for $160. And after 22 years of talking about starting it, I finally got to it with the prodding of my kids and my wife. We took it right down to the frame. It was going to be a restoration project in the beginning, but as we got into it and took it right down and started over, we realized with the time and the effort and the money that went into it, we wanted it to be a driver. We wanted to have the modern technologies and something that you could just hop in and drive a couple hours without having to worry about herding it down the road with 1950 technology. So we did quite a bit of work to it. It's got a Mustang 2 front suspension. It's got a 72 Nova rear end. I run 273 gears in it yet. It's I get 26 miles to the gallon with it. It's a 350 horse 350 Chevy, 4-bolt main with 10-to-1 compression pistons. We've got a little warmer cam in it and a few other modifications, which even with 273 gears, it goes pretty good. The top end on it is, with 273 gears, are too scary to even try. It starts lifting off the ground around 100 miles an hour, so that's as far as I've ever got with it. And we just recently we moved to Regina, and on the pavement a little bit more, and a few potholes here and there, and manhole covers that are a little scary. I figured we'd put air ride in it, so to navigate around some of those obstacles. So this spring I took a few weekends and installed front and rear airbags, and quite enjoying it actually. Okay, this is a picture of the first day I had the truck actually. When I purchased the truck, we drove it home in a cloud of smoke and herded it down the road, and then I parked it. And about 22 years later, like I said earlier, when I finally got started on it, after a little bit of a process, this is just when the cab went back on, just after the engine was in it. And these are some of the pictures just along the way. The steering column just installed. It's out of a 79 Chev full-size van. Gas tank is out of a mid-80s AMC Spirit, 72 Nova rear end, and it's got a aluminum Aerostar drive shaft, which fit perfectly. This picture actually we sent to Classic Trucks magazine, and it was actually a run 1 year after I sent it, and they made a few comments regarding the truck, and it was the fact that it was a very fitting color, seeing it came from the Great White North. And also the heading of the little write-up about the truck was called Procrastination, because it took 22 years to get started.
Hi, I'm Emily.
And I'm Natasha.
And you're watching
What's in Your Garage?
The show where we ambush people at their homes to see what they have hidden in their garages.
Today we're off to Al's garage to see what he has kicking around in there. We've heard it's pretty sweet. So come along with Emily and I, as well as our good friend Bob Friedrich, as we ambush Al's garage.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
I'm Natasha.
Hi, Natasha. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Emily.
Emily, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And we're from What's in Your Garage?
There's a car in my garage.
And we've heard it's pretty sweet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I think it is.
Do you mind if we go check it out with our
Let's
friend
go
Bob?
check it out. Okay.
Great, thanks.
I'm with Al here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this 1940 Deluxe Coupe. Have I got the title right there, Al?
1944 Deluxe Coupe.
It's one of the most beautiful hot rods I've seen in a long time. The red color. Just tell us a little bit about the car and how you did the paint, how you chose that, and just how long you've been working on it, Al.
Well, we started the car 6.5 years ago. It was purchased as a project started by somebody else. And when we took the car apart...
So you fix up other people's problems.
We found there was lots of problems with the car when we first got it. And so we did a complete dismantle and redid the frame and the chassis completely. Put a Mustang independent cross member into it with disc brakes, rack and pinion steering, newer style Ford rear end on super slider springs. Made the suspension really ride nice and handle nice. And then we went in with a new style Chev 355 cubic inch V8, about 300 horsepower, a little bit of giddy up to it. Reprogrammed the 350 turbo transmission with a B&M shift kit and a 2200 whole shot converter in it. So it locks up 100% right at
2200
RPM.
Beautiful.
And car launches real well. It's not a race car, but it's just fun.
It's got some power though too.
It's got some power, yeah. Then we decided to do some body modifications to it rather than leaving it stock. So we left the classic lines of the fenders and everything intact. But
I love the headlights on a 40 Ford.
We just changed the headlights to the halogen 3 bars with the red dots. And then we put solenoid doors on it with low profile style aftermarket mirrors. We just take the switch, doors 1 and doors 2, and
that is beautiful. You don't see that on every modern day car.
We have a manual override in case the battery dies on it or that kind of thing, but it works very well.
It's a beautiful car. Tell us a little bit about the upholstery.
The upholstery was done by Floyd Eby in Edmonton. He's a friend of mine. He's a very skilled man. We kept everything on a theme for the car. We wanted the gray interior to go with pretty much any color that we chose. We chose the real red paint scheme because it's got no metallics in it. Very translucent paint, very deep, and very old style hot rod.
It's a very nice color though. It reminds me of old school, but yet it's all new school in a way with technology.
It is. It's base clear, and it is extremely nice paint to apply and put on. We have 5 coats of red and 4 coats of clear on it. Getting back to the body modifications with the doors, the solenoid doors, we then eliminated the vent windows by putting on 39 doors. These windows roll up and then roll ahead, kind of a unique situation. The doors are pretty much on new style latches for safety reasons. Then we smoothed out the back. There used to be a gas door here or a gas cap.
Yeah. Gas entryway where you could a cap there would just pop open. Huh?
Now we have a Hagen gas door which is concealed. You don't have to take the cap off, just insert the hose and fill. The nice part about it is after it's all full, you just close the door and you don't see anything anymore. We smoothed the trunk lid off, no handles. It's a remote cable release on air struts.
Nice.
The Frenched-in license plate bracket on the back.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Interior light in it. Plus, behind the third window there's third brake light below the 2 windows. That's out of a newer style car that's been implemented. And it's all LED lighting. Tail lights, aftermarket LED lighting as well. Exhaust is MegaFlow. Bumpers have all been re-chromed. They're basically stock, but re-chromed. Style by me.
It's a beautiful car, Al. You really put a lot of thought in this. It's not just a hot rod. It's a piece of art. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, it's a labor of love. 50% of the building is the enjoyment. The other 50 is the taking it out and driving and enjoying and showing it off a little bit.
Okay, Al, tell me a little bit about the wheels we've got on here.
We've got polished American racing wheels. They're a solid aluminum wheel, two-piece. The wheels themselves are a very old-style, traditional hot rod wheel.
That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of something in the 60s, 70s. Is that sort of the genre?
That's about the size of the style, coming from the 60s. The only difference is these are high polished completely. And then we're running a General XP2000 radial 60 series, and we've also staggered the wheel sizes front to back. On the back we have 255/60 15s.
A little fatter at the back.
Little fatter. On the front we have 185/14 60 series.
Beautiful.
So we have about a 3-inch stagger in tire sizes, which helps keep the car nice and low and give it that hot rod stance.
And it really does have that. Let's have a look at the engine compartment. Come on around here and we'll talk a little bit about what you've done here in this compartment. Like I was saying, I look at a lot of engines. It's probably one of the most beautiful compartments I've seen.
Well, we body worked the inner fenders and the firewall and the inside of the hood as well as we did the outside. I like things to look clean and smooth. And
they're all of that, Al, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And some.
So we did a complete paint inside and out the same and polished everything the same, so we had that continuity and that look. Same with the interior pieces, all the garnish moldings are all done in red as well. The engine itself is a 355 Chevy small block. Has Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock carb, block hugger headers.
Some very pretty looking valve covers there too.
Lots of specialty aluminum valve covers and air cleaner. Chrome alternator, chrome touches all over.
And that concludes another episode of What's in Your Garage. And as we like to say on the show, nice muffler, now we got a shuffler.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm a very, with an only grade 9 education, and I've got as much education as a university student. I'm smart, I'm wise. I can figure out problems like in seconds.
Thanks for watching. Join us for our next episode of What's in Your Garage.